goes in and she just handles it. But in real life, this was like a tense, terrible standoff. Like it was just like, and watching the frustration of watching them try to negotiate with a person for such a long time from such a far distance. All I kept thinking was, just go over there and just get her. Why can't you just get her? Olivia would have gotten her. Olivia Benson would have already been in there, but that's not real. So it didn't desensitize me, but it definitely skewed my expectations of what was possible in a situation like that, because I was frustrated. We all of us in the office were frustrated. We wanted to go get her. We were just like, just get out of the way. You police, obviously you have no idea what you're doing. I, the plain language editor and spreadsheet nerd, I will go get her because I have the expertise. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that's also the beauty of having Natasha Halliday in our space last week to really talk about mental health and how it is so much more than what we see on TV. You know,
It
there's
is, and it's so much. It's so. It's severely under. I wouldn't even say underfunded. But in a lot of ways, here it definitely is underfunded, right? But we're now, like, the only word we had for mental illness back in my day was crazy.
oh no, if you were bilingual, we also had MAD.
Mad,
Yes.
crazy, mad. That's it, right? Now we know so much more, but we haven't caught up to what it would mean to really put some care into that, because we know so much more. We know that, a lot of depression runs in families, a lot of mental illness runs in families. We know that um, some of it's situational. It's not easy to be in a housing crisis and still have your complete mental health together. Like, you cannot act like this is normal. These things have an impact on us. So
Hmm.
yeah.
And it's true. I find that, here in Toronto, mental health care is by and large crisis care, right? Like if something's going wrong, then it's not even to say that you can get help, because in this case, you can't necessarily get help. You can get the police, right? And you can get a crisis care unit that's affiliated with the police as long as nothing worse happens before. But the things that lead up to the person having the crisis, like you said, housing, stress, lack of consistent food, lack of consistent support. If we had those things, then we wouldn't have these situations. So like in the best way that I could express it today, we were talking about what we should do about the roof, like,
Mhm.
because it's like it shouldn't be so easy for somebody to be able to climb up somewhere, to be able to jump, right? So we need to cordon off the roof, and the bridges where people drive, we need to cordon those off too and make it safer. But my position was, I wasn't even thinking about cordoning off anything, because you can cordon off every roof in the
Exactly.
city, but you have not cordoned off the issues that make us want to do that to begin with. You have not cordoned off poverty. You have not cordoned off abuse. You have not cordoned off, lack of housing. You have not cordoned off any of the real issues that we need to keep people from feeling like they have no other options.
Yeah, and I guess, how do we do that? You would have to literally pause, take a pause for the cause, right? Take a pause for the cause. It takes stopping, and I guess I just don't. It's going to be interesting to see how this next generation, who is really, I love listening to Gen Z talk about their own mental health. Like, Gen Z will tell you, you know what? No, this job is stressing me out.
Yeah.
This today will be my last day, because this job is what you're not going to do is stress me out, because I feel my anxiety levels creeping up. So today will be my last day. Meanwhile, rewind about 75 years, our grandmother was going to a job. I don't even know if she liked it, disliked it. She just went because that was expected of her, right?
Hmm.
This generation is really prioritizing that in a way that is actually beautiful.
Yeah, and they get a lot of flack for it. I find that's unfortunate because many people say, oh, these kids today, they just don't want to work, right? They're lazy, they're entitled. I suffered, I struggled, they should do the same. And I think, why? Realistically, why? If we had any kind of consciousness about the world and what was good for us, if you see somebody walk into a fire and get burned, do you say, oh well, he got burned, I should get burned too? Like, there used to be a self-protection, self-preservation that we employed, and I think the youth are employing it. They're saying, I don't want to work until I'm sick, until I don't even live to retirement, until I have no, balance in my life. Work-life balance is more than a slogan. It's meant to be a reality. And I feel like if these young people are claiming it for themselves, then we should support that. We shouldn't want them to be in the same stressful type of thing that we're in, which is a great segue considering what we're going to be talking about next week.
Absolutely. So it is. My friend Noah says sometimes our solutions, we're stuck with without solution because we have a lack of imagination. So our hope is that we can imagine a future, like, and envision a future where we prioritize all of our health, our mental health, our physical health, our spiritual and our soul health, because that is how we move societies forward. That's how we move ourselves forward, by imagining anew what's possible, something that we might not be able to see or understand. We know we can do better. Maya Angelou says, if you know better, then you're tasked to do better. So
Excellent. So let's get to our topic for tonight, and we're also expecting a guest who I hope will be here shortly.
well, yes, our guest is sitting in the waiting room,
Oh, waiting in the green room.
waiting in the green room.
In
So,
the
but we do have some other. So you're. I'm going to let you be the navigator of tonight's show, and I'll follow your lead.
Okay, I don't even know what that means, but hey, let's
Tell
go.
me what slides to put up.
Oh, right. That's what. Okay. So before we get to our guest, give him a minute to have some tea and crumpets in the green room. We're talking about tea and crumpets. Let's talk about what's in my nice glass.
Okay, let's see your next glass. Ooh, and what have you got today? It looks like my favorite drink.
It is your favorite drink. Water.
Water.
I don't know why water tastes better when you have it in a fancy cup.
It does. I do. I mean, I feel like I should. Well, next week I'm going to bring my glass that I keep in my bedroom because that is like out there.
It's really good. It was
That's
such a warm day today, warm in a good way. But when it's warm, I love the opportunity to drink more water.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'm drinking tonight. So there's this. Okay, I was going to say, my grandmother. Well, my grandmother was the queen of Veti, Chetty, Letty, and Getty. And I say that because there's a running joke when I'm camping. There's a name brand water bottle that is super high end, super expensive, and it's called Yeti.
Wow, that's funny.
It is called Yeti. And so I never had a Yeti because you have Yeti money.
Right.
Right. So anytime I pull out my of course, my good girlfriend, Barb, she has a Yeti. She has Yeti everything. And so whenever I pull out my water bottle, she's like, I'll say, oh, I have my Betty, or I have my Jetty. I just changed the letter. So for my birthday this year, I actually got a Yeti.
Real Yeti.
A real Yeti as a birthday gift. And I'm telling you, it is lilac colored. It matches my Crocs, which are actual Crocs too. And it matches my Alexa that's on my back porch. It's a really beautiful color. The thing about a Yeti, the ice in here will be in here for 4 days. It will never melt. So there's water in here. It has a little bottle lid that you can drink out of, and it holds ice, and it holds hot drinks as well. So I'm telling you, the price tag on this puppy.
See
But
now,
you know what?
I'm just gonna say, the opinions expressed in the preceding discussion are those of the participant and do not reflect any sponsorship, um,
Right.
partnership, or anything that we're receiving. So you can say, because we talk about a lot of brands on this show, and I can honestly say that nobody is giving us one thin dime or dollar to talk about the things that we actually love. So I'm like, I don't know why Yeti is getting all this play, because my husband has what must be a no-name brand Yeti, which I guess is a Zeti,
It's a
and that
Zeddy.
Zeti, and it keeps ice cool for a very long time. So I think the shout out is less about Yeti and more about Barb.
The shout out is definitely all about Barb. You know what? I think that if you don't have a friend in your life who exposes you to the finer things, get you one. I mean, I think it's hilarious. I'm not always Miss High End, but this and my Crocs are like my two little favorite things that are a little name brand, and I'm here for it. It made me almost want to go out there and get a job so I can have nice things. So
So the advice of the day is get you a friend that would buy you a Yeti. If that's the real blessing. The blessing is not the Yeti, but it's the friend who
it's
would.
the friend
It's the friend that would
that
buy
will get you.
you.
If you don't have a friend who would buy you a Yeti, then you need to check your circle. But I do want to say thank you though. That wasn't I had. Oh, this is another gift that I got for my birthday. If y'all know the story behind these earrings, mine broke. These came in the mail for me for my birthday from Lynn Dewey. I got so many amazing gifts, so much
That is so
love.
thoughtful.
It's thoughtful, and you know what? When we talk about mental health, it's about just showing up one for another. So my love language is in gifts. It's quality time. So I might bring my broadcast around and be with you, but I got to work on the gift thing. But I'm very blessed to be surrounded by good gift givers. So that's that. That's what I'm drinking tonight.
Okay, great. So we're going to bring our guests on, but before I do that, I just want to tell you that our topic for the night is June is Men's Health Month.
Yay!
Hey. And I've seen some kind of social media shade out there these days, around men's health and around Father's Day and things like that. And people are always saying that nobody talks about men's health and nobody talks about men's needs and nobody puts anything together for men. And we just want to say that that is not true, because tonight we are talking about men's health and why it's so, and not even why it's so important, just that it is important. And there are many things that we should be thinking about in terms of helping the men in our lives to stay as healthy as possible so that we can
Oh,
keep them around as long as possible, because healthy men are safer for all of us.
yeah.
Yeah.
So shall we bring our guest on?
Let's bring our guest on. So our guest tonight is the founder and director of ENSA Community Cultivating, and he's also the organizer of the upcoming Father Fair that's taking place on June the 14th. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Paul Osborne.
Hey there.
Hey,
Good night.
you look short.
I
What
look
are you
short.
doing down there?
What are you,
Move your camera.
what are you doing down there?
Way down there. I'm way down
Oh,
there.
there you are.
Better?
Much
Much
better.
better.
All right. Your cups and glasses are blocking me out, but it's all
That's usually my thing. That it's always blocking my head. Hey, what's going on in the hat? What does the hat say?
I'm good. Just, another black dad hat.
Ah,
We're creating, just to make sure that we're representing for this wellness month for black men, black dads, black boys, black fathers. It's all good, but good to be here. You're
Well,
listening to the
welcome.
show.
welcome.
I like how I feel nice and short here, but it's cool. I like it. It's a good look.
Before we go any further, let's pull up let's start with the Father Fair right off the bat, because I know people are just dying to know something about
The
what that is.
father of fear. Oh, sorry. There
All
you go. Thank you very much, everybody. So of course we know that Father's Day is coming up on the weekend. So Sunday, the 16th. However, we're doing a little event, a pre-Father's Day event, where we will be featuring products and services for dads, for black men, black boys, so anything like that that's gonna be there. So products, of course, things for sale that can, deal with our self-care, whether that's nice beard oil, shea butter. We have things like fashion, but also services. So we're inviting agencies that do work with dads, and specifically black dads. So you can come out, and even community organizations that work with, African families or African Canadian families, they'll be there. So please come out for that. Like I said, there'll be some entertainment. Of course, we have to have food. Food is, central, and networking. But it's a great time to celebrate, the black men or black boys, black fathers in your lives. So we're putting it out to everybody to come through.
so
Nice.
families are welcome, kids are welcome.
Children are welcome. Everybody's welcome. It's the family. Even though we're going to be honoring, fathers, what are fathers without, their families? So definitely we want everybody to come out.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
So let's get down to the matter at hand, the topic at hand.
All right.
Men's health. We want to talk about men's health. Now, do you think that it is accurate to say that there isn't enough attention that's paid to men's health?
I would definitely say so. And I think, to be honest, a lot of that lack of attention comes from men themselves, right? We really don't take the time to check into our health, and particularly as we get older. I mean, when we're younger, in your young bulls with all that great energy and everything like that, I mean, you could, play basketball all day or run up and, or you'd be in the gym pumping and, the bravado. But as we get older, we pay less attention to our health, right? And we see a lot of disparities when it comes to black men and their health, especially as they get older, right? We're not really paying attention. We're not eating as well. We're not going to, wellness practitioners, whether it's,
Mhm.
a doctor or a naturopath. We're not definitely doing enough self-care, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't go for, massages or anything like that that would, do meditation. So I would definitely say that it's there, but also I guess on the other side, a lot of I guess we say like health agencies, don't really focus on black men's health, and and sometimes there's often a lot of barriers, to us accessing good health as well. So that definitely is an ongoing challenge, but I think it starts with us and our partners and children and others that love us, for them to encourage us to prioritize our health.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that is? Like what is, because maybe if we can understand the root cause of why men get to a certain age and don't feel, is it the way that the healthcare system is set up? Like what do you think is some of the things that contribute to that not showing up for the doctor?
Yeah, I think part of it is definitely the healthcare, but I think if I'm going to start with ourselves, I think what happens is, you know, like embracing the change is hard for a lot of us.
Mhm.
We stay in the place that, okay, well, I was that young person invincible. So say for example, something as simple as diet,
Yeah.
right? Why are we eating like we're a 16-year-old when we know, like the other day, I'm laughing because the other day, oh, it could have been this morning, I don't remember, but anyways, Nicole and I were looking at some advertisement, and it had a nice, you know, uh, cake with it had an Oreo on top of it. I was like, oh man, that looks so good, Nicole. You know what I mean? And she's like, okay, but why are you not thinking about how it makes you feel?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was like, no, but it looks so good. And I lactose intolerant. If I look at something, my stomach's gonna hurt. Forget about eating it, right? But I think that transition into, admitting that you can no longer do the things that you were doing, and that diet is just one side of it. Exercise, right? We're not
Exactly.
embracing and we're not leaning into that because, sometimes it can be an ego thing. I can't, you know, dunk like I did in high school, or I can't run as fast as I did in my 20s or whatever. So, we kind of, instead of, modifying what we can do, we just don't do it at all.
Right.
I think that's true of many athletes. I think like I'm not all lives mattering your experience. I'm just saying that I've noticed that in women athletes, but also most of the athletes that I know are men. People who had days of extreme glory in high school. It's kind of like if I can't do it like I did it back then I'm not going to do it at all. Like if I can't run that same time or score those same 4 touchdowns in one game at Polk High, then I'm just not showing up for it. And by obviously I mean them, because those of us that were on the computer club, we're still pretty good to go. You know what I mean? Like nerds, we nerds stay in shape because we don't have any of the other things that we had to like strive for and measure for ourselves before. It is a big change.
Yeah.
But it has far-reaching consequences. Tonight, after my ballroom dancing class, we were talking about, the implications for men not checking the health in the long term. Like, if diabetes goes untreated, if you don't catch that early, or cholesterol, checking for that. If you have the information, you can make an educated decision about what your care looks like. But if you don't even check for it, then the risks are great.
Yeah. And we see it, definitely in the average Black man, but we talk about, even look at many of our people in like the hip hop industry. A
Oh
lot
my
of
God, yeah.
our
It's
heroes and sheroes, but in particular our heroes of the hip hop heyday. We thought it was going to be the gunshot that was going to take them out, or a rap battle, but it's the diabetes. It's the unhealthy living, the unhealthy eating, the drugs, the things that have kind of, we're like, wow, those things catch up to us, and we are dying, what I would say, younger and younger, in the sense where, yeah, we thought, hey, this guy's going to be around forever. But it's just, I think it's definitely a lesson for us to pay attention to those pieces,
And I don't know if the female counterpart is if that's happening in the same way. I don't think it is. And so my hope is that hopefully these conversations, like Charlemagne the God just came out with a book, and it's called Get Honest or Die Lying.
Ooh, that's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's talking about men's mental health. He's talking about men's health overall, like our ability to be honest with ourselves, like to get men together. Like hopefully at the father fair, there's an opportunity to for men to just have these conversations. And sometimes I think the way women communicate is so very different. I know that my husband, he's in the garage every Saturday night, and they sit in there, they watch the game, and they talk about things. And maybe we have to find ways that would help men feel a lot more comfortable in discussing what's going on with them.
Yeah, for sure. We need to have more spaces, and this is a good arena as well to open up for folks to talk online. Just letting folks know, if you hear some noise in the background, it's going to be the young men coming home from playing basketball.
There you go. Yeah.
My point, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, Dad, what's going on? Hey guys, how you doing? I'm live."
Yeah.
You have one of mine there too, I hear.
Hmm?
I think one of mine just managed to make his way over to that side of
Yeah,
things.
he's downtown doing his thing now, but I'm here. The three boys are just coming in from playing basketball, right? So
I had a question about that. I'm not
Yeah.
about basketball. Although the basketball thing is funny because, I always remember when, older, you have these intergenerational basketball games, which I love. Like, I highly recommend continuing to play basketball, fathers with sons, grandfathers, uncles. I love to see everybody out there. But every time there's an intergenerational basketball game, I find that the fathers and the uncles come home and pass out. Like, that's it for the rest of the day, whereas the boys will go play, come back, eat two pizzas, go back out there per person, right? Like, eat two pizzas by themselves, go back out there. But Paul is right, many men are still eating as though they were still doing
Burning that kind of
that. Like,
calories.
you can eat
Yeah.
two pizzas if you're going to play 8 hours of basketball. But my question was, I understand that Taibu Community Health Center, which is a Black focused health center that we have here in the city of Toronto, they were running a men's program a while back, a men's health program, and I see so many men in the community wearing the shirts that they got, and I didn't realize what a far reach this program had. Could you tell us a little bit about what that was about?
Yeah, so it was a great program. It was like a Black men's health program at Taibu Community Health Center. And again, the focus, we had a couple of focuses, but the focus mainly was on the education piece, right? So in particular, looking at the kind of foods we eat, are they healthy? Are they unhealthy? And specifically what it was good is we looked at a Caribbean diet because many of us were from the Caribbean, right? And that's the other part that's usually missing in quote unquote traditional health practices is that there's an assumption that culture doesn't matter when it comes to your diet,
Right.
right? And
Right.
there's no information about, you know, what are the health properties, how much vitamin A is in whatever, yam versus like there's not that thing. So the things that they're talking about, I don't eat white bread or whatever. Like I would rather. So that was a good thing. There's a focus on education. There's another focus on socialization. So us being social and sharing our stories. People had, doing different diets, different backgrounds. And then finally, there was an exercise component. So I think maybe every other session we went to the gym, which was cool. Is that they paid for gym memberships for everybody.
Mhm.
And so we would go there, and an instructor would kind of, take us through a cycle, and then you could do what you want to do. So, it was good in all those ways, education, social, and actual physical exercise. So it was a great program. The only the resentment I have was they gave you like a year's membership at the gym, and boom, COVID hit, and yeah, so
Oh, wow.
we all lost our years of membership at the gym. But that being said, no, it's we need more programs like that, to really engage folks around these things. And we were having conversations that we probably don't have, like intimately around this is what I'm dealing with my health and
Yeah.
stuff like that, right? Yeah.
I guess my question to you would be if you could talk to, like, this last week I saw that you went to your high school reunion, and I saw that image of you, and I was like, you already know I didn't even think about it. But if you could have a conversation with that guy,
Yeah, that
yeah,
guy.
that guy in the picture,
I
if
should
you
have gotten that picture. I should have really gotten that picture up here now that I think about it. Maybe it's not too late, but yeah,
yeah,
Oh God.
to this,
if you could give a piece of advice to that guy
that
as he
same kid
stayed,
on the field, what would you tell him?
what would you tell him?
Well, I would say, yo, that guy, you won't believe it. 40 years later, you're gonna have a twin that looks just like you. That's the first thing I would say.
Great.
Um, you know, really, I mean, beyond the health piece, it was really embracing the moment, as you know, one of my good friends is in that picture with me, right? And you never know, right? He's no longer here. He transitioned a couple years ago, but really embracing that moment, what I mean, and embracing all those moments. Embrace your good health that you had at the time,
Yeah.
right? Um, enjoy yourself as being a young person, but also being, mindful of, eating and the way that you were eating. Because back then, yeah, we were athletes, but we were eating crazy. We were eating things that are probably not the most healthy for us. And, only when you get older, you recognize, even the whole being lactose intolerant thing, right? Like I didn't notice it, but it was always there,
Hmm.
right? But it's just paying attention. So paying more attention to yourself. But yeah, man, I mean, it was a happy time, like that. That's why I was very grateful for the reunion, because again, sometimes, you need the time to look back, reflect, and take stock about, where you are in life, and not just like, if you have a job or a P, or education, but really, you know, Nicole and I keep discussing this around community being your currency, and
Absolutely.
seeing my high school friends and, some of the older guys and, other folks, some of the teachers that kind of shaped me to who I am today. Right. I really appreciated that moment. So yeah, I would just embrace that.
That's cool. Yeah, that was amazing. It's amazing to see that. It's amazing to kind of move yourself forward. I mean, you're in amazing health. Like, well, from what I see, like the fact that you can still attempt a V spin. Look, I'm always nervous when I go dancing with Paul because anything goes there.
There
The
you go.
dance floor is your domain.
It's the after part that I have to deal with, or whoever has to deal with, right? So it's like I do the V spin and then it's crazy. All right.
Yeah. Well, as it happens, I was able to find the picture in question.
Oh,
Yea, do I walk
okay.
through the valley of history,
Let's see.
fear no evil.
Oh,
Oh,
well, there you go.
There you go.
413.
That guy.
413.
That guy.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about this picture? Of course, I love this picture.
Your,
Shout
your,
out to Lamaro, to my
uh,
Lamaro family, Lamaro Saints, right? I want to give a shout out for those who are online listening or even on the rebroadcast. We have to give it up to the Lamb family, 50 years strong. But interesting, I saw, I'm noticing in a lot of pictures, somehow I'm always like in the middle and showing love to my brothers, you know what I mean? And I have another picture, my last picture with Jason, who's on the right. He's the one who transitioned, or the left, depending on how you're looking at it. Number 397. That was like a replica picture was like that, right? So it's even, again, embracing those moments, embracing, all that history and all that love. So yeah, giving thanks.
That's amazing.
that is amazing.
My legs are about the same size. That's the only thing that
Do
stayed the
you
same.
still have those socks? Is the question.
Yo, I know. I'm going old school. I'm gonna bring back those socks. I love them.
Nice.
Shorts, I don't know about them, but the socks, I'm
You,
coming back for that.
look like you're wearing shorts. Honestly, I was like, do you have any shorts?
Hey, you know the days. You know the days. We all were wearing those shorts, so we can't even lie, including
Nice.
including your favorite gym teacher.
Yes, obviously. Yeah. So at the Father Fest coming up on June the 14th, as Paul said, there's going to be a lot of different vendors showcasing a lot of different products that are geared towards the fathers. If you're looking for a great gift for your father, and Cups and Glasses is going to be there. So, in preparation for that event, we've asked Paul to showcase for us 7 frames that we have chosen. 7 because it's one of Paul's favorite numbers. Uh,
Okay.
7 is the number of God. 7 is, people say, lucky number 7, and 11 was too many. So we're going to go with 7 frames that we're going to ask Paul to showcase for your viewing pleasure. Just 7 styles of many that you can choose from if you come to Father Fest this on the June 14th.
All right.
I just
So,
want to correct the name. It's Father Fair, because every time you say
Father
Father
Fair, oh
Fest,
my gosh, right.
why I'm thinking about Fire Fest, but I hope
Maybe
it's not like that.
maybe that's why.
Yeah, I hope it's nothing like that. Okay. All right. Let me know when y'all are ready.
Okay.
Perfect. We're ready.
I'm gonna go from conservative to a little bit spicy. So let's start with, the conservative aspect of things.
Ooh,
This is like a perfect gazelle style hat,
I like that.
like perfect gazelle. Unless you want me to take the hat off, but
And that's what you call conservative?
That's conservative. I dare say it's not conservative.
black, it's black gazelle, like black gazelle style back in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those are very, very classic. Yeah. Yeah. I like seeing it on the big screen. You could really see the detail of
Let
the
me
glasses. They're
go back to that.
yeah, let's go back to that for a second. Yeah, very classic.
Just
Very
trying
classic.
It's like the birth. It was like that. You look like that was the day hip hop was born. Like
This is
hip hop was born on that exact day that you wore those. Yeah.
All right, so that's number one, the black gazelles. Okay, don't hurt yourself now.
Exactly.
the black gazelles.
This show is sponsored by Fast Acting Rub A535.
Oh, this is also a classic look. I like it. I like this. I like this. Get ready. Well, yeah, pretty well.
All right.
What? Okay.
There
Oh,
you go. I
Those
look- Yeah,
silver wire.
silver wire. Those are aviator.
act like this. Yeah.
Can we see it without the hat?
Yes. Oh, there you go.
Oh, nice.
And turn to the side. Oh yeah,
I like that decoration. That's neat.
little mint green cutout action there at the side. Nice.
Right. Very nice.
Low turn.
That was weird.
Why is my son laughing?
Don't do that.
Son is laughing in the background. I'm not even gonna go there, but yes.
Hey, well, if you have a lot of pairs to go through, if your son would like to come and try on some
Yeah, I'll call him in here.
welcome to it.
Call him in here just now. I'll call him in here. He can't handle me. I'm too funny for my son.
I don't know if we can.
Ooh, I like this. I like this. Get ready, y'all.
All right.
Perkle. Prince Perkle glasses. What do you
See,
think?
and I would never have selected those as a frame that a man would wear. I love those on you.
Yeah, they look really good. And I personally am against the idea that men should limit themselves to black and gray and brown.
Exactly.
There you go.
This
And
is
that's
a
a purple.
very,
That's nice.
it's a very neutral purple.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I like
Nice
it.
purple. Nice purple. Nice purple.
Yes, men, step up. Step into the arena.
I would wear those. Okay. We're going back to a little bit more conservative, or appears
Paul
to
says it's conservative, and what I understand the word
Yeah.
conservative to
be,
mean.
but
It's gonna be like polka dot rainbow, something.
this was conservative, except for we turn the head.
Woo!
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Those are different. That
Yeah.
that the arms are saying a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a party hat on
Very,
the sides.
yeah. The arms are very. I like the tightness of it in terms of the arms being very strong.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
I like-
got a little jewelry there.
I know. What is that? Hold on,
Yeah,
let me see.
that's one thing I have not been able to figure out is this new style of having a paper clip hanging from your glasses. I don't know why it's there.
I'm sure there's a use for it, but yeah, it's very interesting. I don't know if it's something
I
I
think
would
it's just decorative. Yeah.
Decorative. We also have those in sunglasses for gentlemen that are interested, except the arms are black and it's more gold. It's more of a black and gold look in the sunglasses.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Nice.
what would you guys call this? What's this pair called?
We love.
Another?
We call them. We like to name some of our firms. We call those Glens.
Glens. Okay.
In honor of DJ Glenn C. We're hoping that he will come on the show one time with us and try on some frames himself. But those are for him.
Okay, we going to get a little.
Oh,
Y'all can see it.
again,
Yeah.
like that.
Round.
Round with the grid.
Oh, the tortoise at the side is nice.
That's very nice.
Now, Paul, I could see you're not a regular glasses wearer.
Because they're not on your ears.
Yeah, you have to put the part down to your on your ears. Yes,
Okay, sorry about
There
that.
you
Yeah, true.
in your hair. Yeah, those are actually nice.
Size of
And
it
those are green on the bottom.
It's tortoise.
A tortoise on the bottom. Oh, nice. Oh, I like that. I like that shape too.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not all the way around. It's kind of a geometric round.
Yeah, I like that. And the the grid paper markings on there. Those are nice.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, and those are available also. We have them in green and a blue.
Yeah,
Green, blue,
What do
and
you call this one? Grid?
yes.
grid.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many pairs was that so far? 4?
No,
Mhm.
more
5.
5. Okay.
Get ready. I gotta, kind of match up my background and stand out. Orange.
okay, those are different.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
those are.
wow.
Oh, that's a
A
good.
nice pop. So those are I would consider those very conservative.
Mm.
And then the orange gives it a pop.
I think those are kind of sporty myself.
Yeah,
Because
sporty.
it's a little rubbery behind the ears to give it a good grip.
So the thing with this too, just looking at it closely for people, is very light. For people to know, this is a very light kind of one. So if you don't like heavy glasses and you want to kind of just have it in your face, you could even dance. You can play basketball. You can do whatever. It has a very light kind of feel. I like that. I don't feel like I'm wearing glasses. Once I put it on, it just feels, like it's just on my face, and I could forget about it.
Mhm.
Nice.
Conscious that I have something on my face right now.
They're very nice.
Mhm. And last but not least, we go in there, family.
Is the hat going back on?
Oh no. Well, maybe, but we need to stretch ourselves as black men. So y'all get ready. And I know I have some brothers that could definitely rock this. They could pull this off. You know what I mean? They got that that flair. But again, coming back to this, we want folks to actually
Literally leading forward in anticipation.
I know. Like,
What?
express themselves. All right. You know what I mean? So here we go.
ooh. Oh wow. Yeah.
Yo.
That's different. That's bold.
That's gazelle-esque.
Yeah,
Gazelle-esque, but I like the pattern on it too. Those are like a gray tortoise.
yeah, there you go. Throwing the gazelle.
Oh, I actually
Yeah,
like
okay.
that with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
There you go.
That's
All
a
right.
whole vibe.
That is an entire vibe. I like that.
There you go.
Yeah. I love that.
So come on out, family. The 14th.
Yes, let's bring the flyer back up again, Kija.
Yeah, come on out. I mean, they're gonna see a lot of nice things. We all need. Oh, and maybe you guys want to talk about the glasses. Are they prescription? How does it work? If the brothers want to come through, get themselves a nice new pair of glasses. How does
We
that
can
work?
do a whole full service operations. Ideally, we sell the frames because many people that wear glasses are already working with an optician who may give you a really customized lens that you're already used to, but they may not have the type of frame selection that we deal with Openly Gray Life and Cups and Glasses. But if you would like to work with a local Black optician who can make your prescription for you as well at cut rate prices, we can hook that service up for you as well. So we're a full service operation.
Nice. And I want to mention partner Zenobia as part of this event. Definitely, Zenobia has a lot of sustainable fashion. I love the whole concept of remaking. And it's even we need to sometimes remake ourselves, but really the concept of sustainable fashion, is critical. Not just in terms of a fashion sense, but just for the planet. Just forward thinking. What can we take and remake? That shirt, that hat, that whatever you had before, how can you make it anew? And sometimes it's even like giving it to somebody. So I definitely want to shout out Zenobia. Look out for the stuff that they're going to be bringing through. It's going to be great. Some nice fashion. And we'll update folks, as vendors come on, but mainly we want people to come out, enjoy the time as a family, and again, celebrate you and yours. So we look
And
forward to
you before you go, can you tell us where people can follow you on social media if they want to keep up to date with this and other upcoming events?
Oh, for sure. So I'm on Instagram at NSA Community, as you see there, NSAA Community. Also, ENSA Community on Facebook. If you want to go to our website, it's ensacommunity.com. And you can always get the updates. Feel no way, shout us out. If you want to email us, it's ensacom, NSAACOMM @gmail.com. And we look forward to hearing from you. Again, our focus is around creating, family events that everybody can be engaged at. So yeah, come through.
Last question. Will hats like that, I'm pointing the wrong way, will hats like that be available at Father Fair?
Yes, but buy my records first. I mean, yes, they will be available. There'll be some merchandise that we're putting out there. But yes, for all the black dads, you know what I mean? Or those who want to support it, please come out and yeah, have that. And yeah, we look forward to folks just coming through. We're gonna be having some music. I'm trying to see if we get some of my sons to DJ. We'll see. But they probably will come through, with some music. But it's gonna be a celebration. We're celebrating ourselves, we're celebrating our families. So please come through. Looking forward to that.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Paul Osborne. Thanks
There you
for
go. This is the winner tonight. I might sleep in these glasses. That's how much I love them.
All right.
All right.
Thank you for being on with us. We really appreciate
Well.
it.
All right. Thank you, guys. It's been a pleasure.
All right.
All right. That was good. That was a good conversation, and before we wrap up with what's going on, there's just a few more faces that we want to feature in Fabulous Frames tonight.
All right. So where shall we start?
Let's start with Framed OG. OG for Openly Gray.
Okay, so this is I had the extreme pleasure of doing a consultation with Pastor Bodley this a couple months ago, and when I tell you, this man looked phenomenal in every single frame that he tried on, and every frame that you see him in, he actually purchased. So he kind of got my stock down, but I was very love these frames on him.
Ooh,
just
what are these?
They are a gray ombre aviator. So that's what these are.
Those are nice.
And then these are a what are the name of these? These
a two-tone, a green and orange, a green marbled and orange two-tone, which looks amazing with his sweatshirt.
Amazing on him. And then these ones are the green. They're like a green, an emerald green aviator.
And the cutout in the middle too.
The cutout in the middle was just phenomenal on him. So having the opportunity to style a man in frames was really, really awesome. It was a really nice experience. Just because frames can be very unisex, but these were they were perfect for him in terms of the fit, in terms of the style, in terms of the different looks that he was going for. I think he purchased 5 frames that day.
Oh, I need to see him somewhere.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him in his frames. So
so nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
he does in community as well. He's a Lutheran pastor here on the east side of Detroit. And so we meet for Double Dutch at that particular church. And so it's really nice to work with Pastor Bodley.
Nice. Okay, well let's pull up the next the next pictures of frames. Now,
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, this is a talented young man. This is DJ Flacco of the Three-Headed Goats, and he's wearing a unique pair of black and white aviator type, kind of racing goggle type glasses. Now, I really like to talk about men and the different kinds of glasses they can wear, because I think, especially here in Toronto, sometimes you find there's just a standard pair of glasses that all men seem to wear, and they're not always comfortable moving outside of that same black small squares frame. So we really want to encourage you. Father's Day is coming up. Summer is here. This is the time to, just step out and do something really different for yourself. Express that creativity in your look that you can have. So this is just one look that we have. I'm really looking forward to seeing other men come through at the Father Fair and try on some of our selection. So
All
yes,
right.
this is Flacco. All right, hey, this is the
Those are the same flames you have on tonight.
no. Right. So this is Kofi, and Kofi is a community activist and practitioner, healthy communities practitioner. I mean, Kofi is really an amazing person. I would have liked to have him on the show tonight too, talking about Black men's health, because for him that's an everyday journey. Always talking to different brothers about the different things that they can be doing. He teaches Qigong,
Oh,
um,
nice.
the martial arts health form, and he talks about diet and things that we can be doing differently, even mental health, meditation. Like he's the whole unit when it comes to talking about men's health. So he has a lot of initiatives. Hopefully I will get to tag some of those in the comments so that you can see some of the work that he's doing in the community.
Nice.
Finally,
those are nice.
yes, I like these. Again, another pair of aviators, a little bit different. I love the smile. I love the smile that he has on. This is Charles. I call him Sir Charles. And yes, he is a very prominent member of our community and an extremely talented poet. I
Yeah.
don't know if he's going to be performing at the Father Fair. I've heard that negotiations are being done. I hope that we'll be able to see him there. I enjoy his poetry, but if not, then maybe somewhere else.
Yes.
Yes.
Very nice.
All right. So we're gonna wrap up. I really want to encourage everybody to join us here next week. Next week
What is
is the
this?
well, this is this is something that's happening this Sunday here in Scarborough at the Tropicana Community Services. It's
Okay.
called Groovin' on a Sunday Afternoon, and we're going to be dealing in specs, shades, sorrel, soca, and soul.
Nice.
Yeah, so this is on Sunday. And if you want to come through, you can RSVP to floydinecf@gmail.com on or before June the 7th, which I think is Friday. So this is, if you're familiar with the Scarborough community and you want to come grooving on a Sunday afternoon, this is the place to do it this Sunday.
Sounds good.
Yes. So next week is going to be the 11th of June.
Yes.
And next week, our topic is going to be about the ways we work, the different ways that we work. Yes. So we're going to be talking about some issues related to the way we work and how work impacts on
And
our
what does
life.
that have to do with glasses?
What do you mean? What does it have to do with glasses? It's the
I
way.
mean, I personally can't work without my glasses. I can't do anything without my glasses.
Right.
So,
Some people need blue light for the computers that they're working on. We need to see the work that we're doing, but our eyes play a very important role in not just the work that we do, but also the way that we see the world. And when it comes to work, we talked a little bit about how Gen Z is approaching it differently. We really want to know what you're seeing for the future of work. So that's what we're going to be talking about next week.
yes. So I want to give a huge shout out to people who joined us tonight. I also want to give a shout out to the people who will watch this on a replay. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing the podcast. We get a lot of positive feedback, and we're just so grateful for that. Tonight was Men's Health Night. And so as we talk about the men's health, I also want to, it was really, I really want to lift up those men who are no longer with us, who have transitioned, because I want to hold space for them as well. Black men are doing all that they can to hold up their families, to hold up communities, And I am so grateful for the men in my life. And so grateful for those men, grateful for the men that we're raising, the men that will be to come. And I'm thankful. And my hope is that we always get to prioritize our health. So it's been amazing. And thank you for another week in Funky Frames.
Absolutely. So we'll see you next week. Reach out to us, get in touch with us if you want to book a party, or if you want to book an individual consultation, or you just have a question about glasses and eye health. You can reach us in Canada at cupsandglasses.ca, or in America at Openly Gray Life. We're here for you. We're here.
All right.
Funky Frames.
It's amazing. Have a great night, and we shall see you next week.
See you next
Take
week.
care.